Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you step by step on how to make a gaming PC. No experience needed, just straight computer building. Let's get into this. This build is stacked for smooth 1080p and even 1440p gaming. The parts we're going to be using are Asus Prime B650 Plus Wi-Fi, Ryzen 5 8500G, the Intel Arc B580 Steel Legend, 16GB of DDR5 Lancer blades, white of course, the M.2 SSD, the 750-watt Tough Power Snow power supply, the MSI Core Frozer AA13, all inside the S200 TG Snow case that comes with 4 pre-installed fans. The build is going to be clean, modern, with zero wasted parts. Let's start with the core of the computer, starting with the CPU. This is the part people are terrified of, but it's actually quite simple. Lift the retention arm up, expose the socket, and match the tiny triangle on the processor and the socket itself. Gently placing it in. No pushing, no force. If you're forcing it, you're doing it wrong. Then just lock it down. Boom, just like that, CPU installed. And by the way, if you're buying your CPU and motherboard from Memory Express, you don't even have to stress about this part. With our free quick mount service, our technicians will install the CPU for you. Update the BIOS, post-check the board to make sure it boots properly, and if you're purchasing new RAM, they'll install that too. All for peace of mind before even leaving the store. Now for the RAM, we're going to be running 16GB of DDR5. As indicated on the board, we're going to install it into A2 and B2. Line up the notches, and unlike the processor, you want to firmly press down. You'll know they're in once you hear that click. That's the click of progress. Next, let's install our NVMe SSD. Start by removing the heatsink on the first lane. We're going to want to slide the drive in at an angle. Once it's in, press down and secure it. Now let's put back that heatsink. That tiny stick right there is your home for your operating system and your entire game library. Now it's time to chill out with a cooler. And since this cooler already has thermal paste applied, all we need to do is lower it down and mount it onto the motherboard itself. I needed a bigger screwdriver for this. And it looks like this fan's in the way, so let's remove it real quick. And reattach that fan. And just like that, our motherboard is prepped and ready to go into the case. With the motherboard prep, now let's prep the case. This is the Thermaltake S200 TG Snow. It comes with 4 pre-installed RGB fans, so the airflow is already handled. Let's go ahead and take off the panels. Now let's install the power supply. This is the Tough Power GT Snow, a 750-watt fully modular power supply. I already went ahead and installed the cables we need, such as the motherboard power connectors, the CPU, and the GPU connectors. With the power supply now installed, let's get the motherboard in the case. First, we need to install the I/O shield. Before we place the motherboard, double check that you have standoffs in all the correct positions. Without standoffs, you may cause a short circuit. Carefully lower the motherboard, lining up the ports with the I/O. Align with the standoffs and screw it down. Make sure it's snug and not cranked. With the motherboard in, it's starting to look like the real deal. Let's go ahead and start the cable management now. Yes, cable management can be annoying, but take your time. It doesn't need to be perfect. Your motherboard manual is going to be your best friend here. After working the cables, this is my end result. Like I said, it doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be clean and functional. And now it's time for the star of the show, the Intel Arc B580. Before we install the card, make sure you remove the slot covers, pop open the tab, and remove the guard. We're going to want to insert this in the top PCIe slot. We want to press it in until it clicks. Now screw it down. And plug it in. It's time for the moment of truth. Let's plug it in, flip the switch, and turn it on. If it posts, congratulations, you've just built your first PC. If it doesn't post, don't panic. Make sure your RAM is fully seated, you have no loose power connections, your front panel connectors are in the correct spots, and that your power supply is turned on. Stay calm, recheck, you've got this. In order to install Windows, you're going to need two things: a Windows activation key, and a USB with the media curation tool. You can get the Windows media curation tool by going to the Microsoft website. Click download and install it on the USB. Once that's ready, plug it into the PC, boot it up, and follow the installation guide. In order to update your BIOS, you will once again need a USB. Navigate to the manufacturer's website and find the most recent version that isn't in beta. Download the file, go to the file path, and extract that onto your USB drive. To get into the BIOS menu, hit F2 or delete on startup. Once in the BIOS menu, go to Advanced Mode, Tools, and then find your Easy Flash. Select the file and let it run its course. When complete, restart your computer and you're good to go. If this video helped you build your first PC, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as a special announcement, Memory Express is doing a giveaway for this computer right here, so make sure you follow for future updates. We'll catch you in the next one.